Show how to repair a frame. I'm just going to use the brass posts that we have. We have it nickel plated in polished brass. We've got an old polished brass frame we're going to use. Okay, we're going to use a T10 Torx driver. Then we're going to have a little socket set, and it's going to be a 7/32. I'm going to use it, and the 4 posts that come in the kit are here. The 4 posts will have two screws on it that are nickel plated looking on this, and then nickel plated on the nickel plated ones. You won't see these. And then polished brass nuts, washers, lock washers that will go on the outer post. If you look here, we have the outer post. That's where these will go. You got a nut on the top and the bottom. Then where your frame knurled in is, that will have the screw for the Torx. That's a screw. That's going to go inside there, and the nut on the bottom. Washers on either side. It uses a drill. I need a drill to knock off the tops of these rivet areas. You see the rivet area? We can knock those off with a drill. I'm using just a 9/64. It doesn't matter. A little smaller, a little bigger, just to knock that off. The frame already has one broken post, so you don't have to knock off the head of it, of the riveted area. The other side, you do need to take it off. What you want to do in a frame is not do all of them at once. Okay, you're going to see that we already have one popped loose. We actually have 2 here. You want to do one at a time. Don't take them all off and do them all at once. Let's do one at a time. That makes it easy to keep this thing in position. So what we'll do here is we need to take this post out of the way. What we'll do is take our drill, and we'll get the pinged area out. Get the head of that off. Just drill it some. You have to hold it here. There's a washer there, so it looks bigger than it really is. Okay, see that? We took it off. You can actually keep those washers for backups. You're going to get new washers, but it's good just to keep them around. Take that off. Now what we're going to do here, since this post is on the... Okay, this post is not going to be with the 2 side knurled screw and nuts. So this is going to have the 2 nuts. What we're going to use here is the 2 nut end. You've got a nut on this end, nut on that end, with washers and lock washers. We'll use the nut driver here, 7/32, to take those off and put them on. What we'll do is put one in the bottom, leave the washer and lock washer. Well, you're going to need to take the lock washer off because you want it on the nut. Take your lock washer nut off to the side. Go ahead and put your washer on. We're going to take this, we're going to take these ends off. We took both ends off, set them down to the side. Got one washer in the top in that piece. Then we're going to take a washer here and put it on this end, so we can put it right there. Now we got a washer that's on the top and on the inside on each one. Now we'll take our lock washer. We've got too many posts off on this one. Put our lock washer on the top. Then take our nut. Run our nut on the inside. It's going to hold that one in place for a minute. We're going to take our lock washer here. Put it on the bottom. Take our nut. Put it in position. Take our nut driver. Let's tighten that up. Take it here. We'll tighten it up there. Well, we've got one post in position already that way. See? There's a nut on that side now. Nut on that side. We've got a new strong post. Now we can start replacing each one all the way around. And what we would do here is we'll drill that out, the knurled in area. We'll drill that out with the same drill. 9/64 seems to work well. And then what we would do here is take our T10, and that's the screw area. If you pull this apart, Now you've got a screw so it can go inside of this unit here. It will go down inside. The washer will go on the inside. We put the washer up under the inside, drop our screw in there, and then we'll screw that in place with a T10. We're going to do the knurled end on this end here. We've got one post in. We're going to replace the next post. It does have a broken bottom already, so we don't have to drill it out. We're going to come in here, drill it until we get it broke loose. Let's go ahead and take our handle out of the way. Alright, we've got it broke loose. Just pull the old post out of the way. Again, save the washers on each end, that'd be good. Now we've got the threaded area rod where the knurled end of the handle goes on. We're going to take our next post out that had the threaded screw here. Now we'll take the screw off this side with the washer. It has a little washer, that's that little screw area and washer. Take it off, put it down. We'll have to take the nut, lock washer, and washer off the bottom. We're just showing the polished brass right now. We have the nickel plated, does the same way. Now we got the, see on here you're going to have a post sticking out one side with threads for the nut, and there's nothing over here because that's for the screw area. We're going to put the post in place, and what we'll do is go ahead and put the post with a flat washer, which goes on the post first, it goes on the post first, flat washer, then we're going to take the lock washer, put it on top, and a nut for the 7/32. Let's get that on there. Tighten it down. That way we have that end in. We're going to turn it over. Okay, and we're going to put our threaded rod piece in. Now we'll go here. We'll put our flat washer on. It's a little tricky because there's no rod sticking out of the end for that flat washer. Okay, we had to put our rod in place really tight. We had to really tighten that thing down. Okay, what we'll do here is put the threaded piece in that your handle's going to go on. Now here's a little threaded screw. What I'll do is I'll pull this thing out and have it there and leave one of these posts off. So I can come in with my washer, my flat washer, put it underneath, then drop it down over the hole. Line that up, take the T10, take that thread, you got it in place, start screwing it down, and then tighten it down really nice and tight. Do all the nuts, make sure they're down tight, check them all over when you're done. Now that just made a nice strong post. Nice strong post with a nut on the bottom. You've got a threaded nut and all on the top here. You're going to have to repeat over here on your other side because it's broke off. What we'll do is go around and replace them all. If one is broke, just replace them all. That'd be the best. Now that's a good tight frame there, and that's only, you've still got two to replace, and it's nice and tight with that on there. Now your handle will be able to screw right back onto here, onto the threaded area. The knurled nut with the handle will screw back onto that really well. Now we have it nickel plated and polished brass, so you can do both. Now that's just a little demonstration of how to put the unit all together so you can get these rods together. You're going to have two posts that have nuts and lock nuts on each side. Nuts and lock nuts. Then you're going to have two posts that's going to replace in the threaded area for your handle. They'll have a screw on one side and a nut on the other. You're going to have flat washers on either side of the inside. Flat washers, you want to put them on the inside. Okay? You'll put the nut with the lock washer on the bottom. Nut, lock washer on the bottom. This will have no lock washer. So just a threaded screw that goes in there. That one works with the T10 the best. The other one works with the 7/32. And then we've got the drill bit with the 9/64 to knock off the pinged areas that you have, or the riveted areas. That's it. That should help you out. If you have any questions, give us a call or email us. Thank you. Have a good day.